Hello, and thank you for joining us. We're thrilled that you're interested in becoming a trained volunteer for Project Wingspan, and we hope that you enjoy this webinar series. My name is Kaylee Obrock, and I'm an agricultural coordinator with Pollinator Partnership. This is the first video in a three-part online training module that will provide the history of Project Wingspan initiative and information to give you a better understanding of what this program is all about. The next video in the series will review our protocol and teach you how to properly collect seeds from the landscape. You are welcome to take this training at your own pace, whether that's binge watching all of them in a day or spreading it out over a week. We encourage you to go at the pace that works for you. Just be sure to watch all of the training videos in the series. Thank you so much for your interest in helping us improve the landscape for our wild neighbors. We're thrilled to partner with you on this endeavor. Now let's get started with the training. First, I'd like to share a bit about Pollinator Partnership's background. We are a science-based, nonprofit conservation organization focused on the conservation of pollinators and their habitats. We've been around for over 25 years now, and we have programs active throughout the US and Canada. Our mission is to promote the health of pollinators, which are vital to both our food production systems and the health of ecosystems around the world. By doing the on-the-ground habitat conservation, spreading the word through education, and conducting research to understand why pollinators are declining and what we can do to help them. We believe in the big tent philosophy and collaborate with scientists, researchers, conservationists, government officials, dedicated volunteers, and others to keep pushing progress forward on pollinator issues. We've worked in collaboration with many stakeholders on a variety of programs to support the health of pollinators and their habitats. You can see some of our programs on this slide, including bee-friendly farming, Pollinator Week, and Pollinator Steward Certification. So why so much focus on pollinators? It's clear from the research that pollinators are in decline. There is evidence of this in many different kinds of pollinators, as well as for insects in general. For example, an analysis in 2017 found that a quarter of North American bumblebee species are now categorized as threatened or near threatened. And beekeepers reported losses averaging around 60% of their managed honeybee hives in 2023 and 2024 beekeeping survey. As you may already know, there are two major populations of monarchs that migrate in the US. In the east, those butterflies travel up from Mexico in the spring and, several generations later, return to Mexico in the fall. Over the years, the forest area occupied by these eastern monarchs while overwintering in Mexico has decreased steadily, from between 15 to 30 hectares per year around the turn of the century to about 4.5 hectares in 2024. The western population of the iconic monarch butterfly overwinters on the coast of California, in several of the counties active in this project. This western population has seen significant declines from over 1 million in 1997 to just over 9,000 in 2024, despite an increase in sites monitored. With these losses, the species' spectacular migration is in jeopardy. In 2014, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service was petitioned to protect the monarch butterfly under the Endangered Species Act, and in December 2025, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service officially proposed protections for the monarch as an endangered species. Along with this protection, the Fish and Wildlife Service urged public engagement to help save the species. In order to help conserve the western monarch and build off the success of past projects in the Midwest, such as Project Wingspan agricultural lands, Pollinator Partnership received funding from the National Fish and Wildlife Foundation in 2025 to start a native seed collection program in California for the first time. This effort, known as Project Wingspan Golden State, is working to help address the need for local ecotype native plant materials and high-quality pollinator habitat across the landscape of Northern California. And that's why you're watching this today. We hope to teach you practical, lifelong skills that will help you impact your community and participate in this unique conservation project to enhance habitat across the project region. Volunteers like you make this program possible, and for that, we cannot thank you enough for your contributions. There are several goals to this project. The first is establishing a regional seed collecting program. We're working with partners in existing collection efforts to create a coordinated regional seed collection and distribution network in our project counties. Locally specific milkweed and other forage plant species is commercially unavailable in large quantities in many areas and can be prohibitively expensive for some projects even when available. Our dedicated volunteers are collecting locally adapted seed from the landscape, which will then be used for enhancing pollinator habitat throughout our target counties. Project Wingspan Golden State seeks to target common, native species that are either monarch larval hosts, milkweeds, host plants for other imperiled pollinators, or high-quality pollen and nectar sources. These are some of the target species: selected to provide pollen and nectar resources throughout the growing season that fuel the monarch's migration and sustain resident imperiled pollinators, while also providing much-needed host plants for monarchs and other species of Lepidoptera. Spring, summer, and fall blooming species on our target list support a range of native pollinators, from sweat bees to hoverflies and moths to bumblebees, ensuring they have something to forage all growing season. Our second goal is to provide technical assistance and training for seed collection and planting. In order to ensure well-planned, responsible collections are conducted, we have developed standardized seed collection protocols that will be employed throughout the region. We are making sure to train volunteers in plant identification and proper seed collection methods. We want our volunteers to be confident in their abilities and have all the resources needed to make successful, sustainable seed collections. If you are interested in participating as a certified seed collection volunteer, we've set up a simple online training process to prepare you for collections in the field. You are currently viewing the first of 3 short webinar videos. Next up is our seed collection protocol and plant profile webinars. After watching these 3 webinars, it is vital that you email us your completed waiver and fill out the contact form once you finish the training module. We won't know that you've completed the training if you do not fill out the contact form on our webpage. With that information, we can connect you with local seed collection teams, and you can get started collecting. Through this project, we've created several materials to ensure that all of our collection volunteers are well prepared to conduct high-quality, responsible seed collections. All of these materials and more are available on our website and are free to download. The Seed Collection Manual covers every aspect of conducting a seed collection event, from scouting to shipping the seeds. We've also posted the target species bloom chart and other helpful resources in the Download Center. While many of you will be well versed in plant identification, it always helps to have a guide on hand. To accommodate this, Pollinator Partnership has created plant profiles for each of the target species we're focusing on for Project Wingspan. While they're not a substitute for a detailed field guide, these profiles cover identification characteristics and have several photos for guidance. We encourage all volunteers to download and review these profiles before heading out into the field. You can save this on your computer, but it's also mobile friendly and can be stored as a PDF for easy access on your mobile device. Team leads are also there to help with any questions you may have in the field. We've also put together a separate plant identification video for this training webinar series. Our third goal is to enhance long-term habitat. Habitat enhancement will be achieved through directly awarding native plant materials and through providing technical guidance informed by current best management practices. Pollinator Partnership staff will work with public and private land managers and landowners committed to employing best management practices and long-term conservation efforts that support monarchs and other imperiled pollinators. So what does this process look like? Project Wingspan staff will work with partners to identify suitable seed collection locations. We will scout the sites a few times to confirm what's blooming and when the seed will be ready. Once things are looking ripe, we will schedule seed collection events for volunteers to attend, with all of the information on where and when the collection will occur and any special requirements. The seed collected at these events is dried and coarsely cleaned, and then is shipped directly to our nursery partner, Heritage Growers. Once at Heritage Growers, it will be thoroughly cleaned, tested, and either grown into seed amplification plots or grown as live plant plugs. While all of this is going on, we will be working to locate active habitat planting projects that will receive plant materials generated through this project. We will open an application to which we encourage individuals, organizations, and agencies to submit information about their active or planned pollinator habitat efforts to be reviewed for a potential plant material award. Ultimately, the seed and/or plants produced are awarded to enhance pollinator and wildlife conservation projects, vetted and identified through the Habitat Survey as well as through project partners. There are many ways you can help. If you're tuning into this webinar, that means you're likely curious about or interested in becoming a seed collection volunteer. This is a critical component of this initiative, and we're extremely grateful for your time and participation. Regardless of whether you decide to become certified and participate in collection activities, there are several other things you can do to provide support. This includes letting our staff know if you think your land might be a good fit for a collection event. We can chat with you to learn more about your site and determine if it may qualify as a seed collection location. You can help us spread the word about Project Wingspan and use our resources as a guide to help you enhance your own lands for imperiled pollinators. Additionally, you may consider providing a donation or corporate sponsorship to our efforts. Everything we do is to create a rapid increase of much-needed pollinator habitat. We're so happy that you chose to join us today, and we look forward to working with you to help the monarch butterfly and other imperiled pollinators through this grassroots conservation effort. We hope you enjoyed learning about Project Wingspan Golden State in this first video of the training series. In our next video, we will go into more detail about seed collection protocols and provide an overview of the plants we will be targeting.